And right now, let's strap our high-tech harness on with Paul Brislen, twitter.com/Paul Brislen, head of Two Hands as well. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, how are you?
Very, very good.
Good.
Well, you wouldn't know it because there's really no reporting out there on it, but the biggest thing to happen to the music industry in New Zealand, the biggest thing since the launch of iTunes has happened in the past 24 hours or so.
That's right. Don't tell anyone.
But don't tell anyone. No, don't use it.
Nobody needs know.
I think a lot of people have heard of Spotify by now, right?
They have.
Yeah.
And Spotify's huge all over the world, and it's very impressive. And it's basically, how would you describe it? Music rental, I suppose.
Yeah, music on any track you want, any album you want on demand, streaming.
Yep.
For as long as you want.
Streaming music
for a monthly fee.
For a flat monthly fee, which is lovely. But they're late. They're late to the party.
They seem to be.
They seem to be because Rara, if that's how you say it,
yeah,
Rara,
yeah,
RARA.com, Rara has already launched, and it's launched all over the planet. And in particular, I have to say for your listeners here in New Zealand, which is barely a day behind the US, the UK, most of Europe, even I think. The Australians, are they listed?
I think they must be in there as well. But hang on, Paul, this is impossible.
Well, no.
There is no way we can have a on-demand, eat-all-you-want streaming music service in New Zealand. Surely the record companies or Rianne, someone's got to be against
Somebody
this.
will be outraged.
Yeah, this can't happen.
You would hope they would be just on our behalf, wouldn't you? Because it's an outrage that they think they can get away with offering 10 million tracks for what is it, $1.99?
Yeah.
For $1.99 for the first 3 months. And this is available on your Android device, on your PC, but not available on your iPhone just yet. If you go along to rara.com from an iDevice, it says, yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, well.
Why don't you buy a nice Android?
Exactly.
Which is quite lovely, I find. Yes. Isn't that remarkable? All the music you want, no ads, it just does it. And then once it does get up to full paid price, we're talking peanuts for $10 for 10 million, access to 10 million tracks.
Yeah.
I'm just scouring around here looking for the price. I think it's about $8 a month. Yeah,
it's if you're just going to use the web, or it's about $13, $14 if you're going to use web and mobile. But
web and mobile. But my goodness,
I signed up yesterday.
That's the answer to copyright, isn't it? All these failing and wailing and gnashing of teeth about how dare you want to access content on the move.
Yeah.
Well, here you are. How about we sell it to you, and people will happily pay for it? It seems madness.
So I thought, well, before I could comment on this, I should sign up. So I signed up yesterday.
Yep.
And I typed in artist. I just randomly artist. I looked for My Morning Jacket. Boom! All the albums from My Morning Jacket. I thought, well, come on, surely this won't work. Click on the album, push play. Suddenly, I had the streaming album.
And there it all is.
And I was looking over my shoulder. Is there someone about to run in? Men in black suits? What's going on?
Right. It's security. This shouldn't be allowed. What's going on?
But apparently, so Rara have got the agreements with all the major record companies.
Yep.
And some of those record companies represent independent smaller labels as well, or they go under some other agreement. But it's.
But honestly, this is what it should be like.
Yeah.
If these guys want to get into television, more power to them. I'm there with you, fellas. Let's go.
But it is here in New Zealand.
Straight away, without mucking about, and that is the bit that is really quite telling, isn't it? That it is that easy to do. Really, why can't we do that more often? Why have we got this kind of nonsense regarding television and movies, where they just? I think they think that we want it for free, but in fact we just want it. We just want access to the content.
Yeah.
Please let me buy your product.
Yeah.
Please. Go on, I'll give you money.
Go on.
I will.
Okay.
But no. Have you seen the other news in copyright this morning, that it turns out that some of the biggest rights holders themselves are in fact dirty, scurrilous pirates.
Oh, really?
who the IP addresses for Fox, for Google, for a whole raft of rights holders right across the US have shown up in this handy-dandy new online tool that lets you search to see whether or not you're a pirate. Sure enough, the IP addresses of these various enormous companies are there, downloading other people's content.
Huh, there you go.
So, if even they, one thing I can't stand, I can't stand a lot of things, Wammo, but one of the things I really gets up my nose is hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but this is about as hypocritical as you can get.
And that ties in with this other story, and I forgot to forward this to you, but this was a big story overseas, but involves a New Zealand musician. Last Friday, file-sharing site Megaupload, that's like one of those online file lockers, released a music video featuring many major label artists, and weirdly Kim Kardashian in what appeared to be a boxing training gym. But anyway, praising the site's file-sharing capabilities. Shortly thereafter, Universal Music Group began filing DMCA takedown notices.
I know where this is going.
Which are usually filed when copyright law has been breached, etc. So it was taken down off YouTube.
Yep.
Then this past Monday, Megaupload filed a lawsuit in federal court accusing Universal Music Group of abusing the DMCA takedown mechanism to chill free speech they do not like. Now, Universal said, "Hey, you've got some music in there from Gin Wigmore. Gin Wigmore appeared in the music video."
Yeah.
Megaupload came back and basically said, "We don't even know who Gin Wigmore is.
We've never Gin who? What?"
And because it features a whole bunch of other American artists, and they are actually there saying we love Megaupload and stuff.
Oh dear God!
So she wasn't even in the music video, but that's the reason why Universal did the takedown.
Yeah. So if they can't even get their own act together, this is what happens when you've got a legal system running the industry rather than the artists running the industry.
Yeah.
Because all it happens is the same with patents. If Google has to buy Motorola, as it has done, purely to get its hands on its patent library to protect itself from other patent lawyers, it's just crossed a line somewhere fairly fundamental.
And videos on YouTube that were news clips that were showing the Megaupload video in a fair use sense. Here's the video in question, we're reporting on it. They were also taken down off YouTube because of the DMCA takedown notice from Universal. Outrageous.
Just staggering. So fair use and we're reporting on a news story still gets you into trouble. And of course, under our exciting new laws, as pirates, the full extent of the law will be flung at you. And with the new SOPA law that's going through in the US, which is even more intensely stupid than the stupid laws we've got at the moment around copyright.
Yeah.
You'll face up to 5 years in jail. So as Rick Shearer, who is a partner with a law firm here in New Zealand, pointed out, if you download a Michael Jackson song, you'll spend more time in jail than the man who killed him.
Yeah. Nuts, eh? Nuts.
It's a strange world we live in.
Yeah. Hey, because we've gone long on these stories, I will give you the opportunity to come up with your number one tech story from 2011.
My number one tech story.
What was the biggest thing?
It's been a year for it, hasn't it? I mean, there's been so much going on. And I've just written up a bit of a list of things that have gone on in the telco sector alone.
Yeah.
And we've had the breakup of telecom. That would be big in any year, but that's happened.
Yeah.
We've got a new telco act, third one in a decade. We've got $1.5 billion of our money going into an ultra-fast broadband network that will roll out in the next decade and just change the way all of us communicate. We've got Steve Jobs dying. We've got Apple and Google fighting it out for smartphones, leaving poor old BlackBerry and Nokia wondering where their market's gone. It's just been a roller coaster.
I suppose the passing of Steve Jobs was a huge tech story into itself, and maybe one of the biggest.
Well, I think so. I mean, it's a real end of an era, isn't it? He's probably, I think he'll be remembered as the Thomas Edison of our generation, of the high-tech sector. A man who didn't necessarily have the ability to do all these cool things himself, but certainly had the drive and the ambition to get other people to do it for him. I mean, you and I just sit here and whinge about why they don't fix the copyright laws, and presumably somebody out there has gone, no, I've had enough, I'll fix them.
Yeah.
And that's where you get things like BitTorrent and things of that sort. So, it is quite a passing. It's going to be quite a strange industry without somebody like Steve Jobs in there creating trouble. But the beauty of it is that I am absolutely sure the next generation Steve Jobs is already there in the industry somewhere, about to cause trouble in a way we've never foreseen. And that's the cool thing about this sector. You start out with a blank piece of paper and build it from there. And just about anything is possible because it's all based on imagination.
Indeed.
I think that's fantastic.
Well, the biggest tech story for me has come late, and it must be rah-rah.com. I think it's going to change my music listening life.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? And yesterday you would have had no idea that was on the horizon.
No.
Today, here it is. Tomorrow, hopefully they'll say, by the way, we've got all the rights to all the television. And, I'll start giving them money straight away.
Exactly. Hey, thanks, Paul, for another year in tech reporting, and we'll catch up with you in the new year. Merry Christmas to you and yours.
And yours, and drive safe.
Cheers.